So now we have a problem.
Hey everybody, welcome back to JT channel. And if you just happen to watch my top 10 YouTubers part 1, you may be thinking, wait a minute, he's wearing the same clothes. I'm going to zoom myself here. I'm going to move the thing a little closer here. And that's because I'm shooting this video pretty much immediately after. Sorry, I had to make sure this was working out right. Because while I was sitting outside clearing up space on my phone and getting ready to head back in the cabin, I remembered that I want to talk a little bit about pro wrestling again. Isn't this fun? Don't you guys love talking about pro wrestling? There's a plane. But I want to talk a little bit about what's happened over the last few days, last 5 days, I guess, 5-6 days, and give you guys my opinion on it. So if you didn't see it, Thursday, there was the WrestleMania 40 press conference, kickoff, whatever. It wasn't really a press conference. It was a kickoff, and we had all these stars there. Everybody said words. Out of the 8 guests they had, 7 of them walked out and said, Vegas, because they were in Vegas. But it all ended with Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, The Rock, and Cody Rhodes all coming out and giving their piece. I don't want to skip over everything else that happened necessarily. Bianca Belair came out and said some big stuff. I fully expect her to face Jade Cargill at Mania. Rhea Ripley had her piece with Becky Lynch. Triple H said some stuff. It was all very good. But we got to talk about what happened at the end. So Seth Rollins comes out, talks about Mania, goes to bring out the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. Out comes Roman Reigns instead, the Tribal Chief, the WWE Undisputed Universal Champion. And he says it's not about Seth. It's not about Cody. Seth did a good line where he said, look, my big brother actually showed up for once. Roman tried to insult Seth's shoes. It didn't work. Roman says he gets to make decisions. Nobody else does. And he picks The Rock for WrestleMania. Out comes The Rock. He does his millions and millions speech, welcomes all the press, welcomes all the people in the building and at home, and welcomes the Cody crybabies. If you know, you know. If you don't know, he did a Pat McAfee thing. I'm not going to be a total asshole. He did a Pat McAfee interview on the Pat McAfee show where he said there's Cody fans and there's Cody crybabies, and Cody himself. He said Cody crybabies eat a chicken nugget every 10 tweets and shove one up their ass every 20. He said, I don't know. It's The Rock. He has been doing the same gimmick for 30 years. So Rock comes out. I mentioned that already. And him and Roman talk. People are chanting Rocky sucks. People are doing the what chants, which normally wrestling fans get tired of the what chants, but they worked really well with The Rock because no one is more synonymous with Dwayne The Rock Johnson than Stone Cold Steve Austin. So you can do the what chants at The Rock. He brings up this huge screen. It's the Bloodline. It's got people like Lance Anoa'i, who's like at AEW. It's got Jacob Fatu, who hasn't signed with WWE or anything, but I know they want him really badly. It's got Naomi up there. It goes all the way up to the top with wrestlers I can't even remember that I don't know very well. Because if you don't know, the Samoan dynasty in pro wrestling is stupid. Now it's just called the Bloodline. The Rock and Roman Reigns do the little bro handshake thing. Cody Rhodes comes out and goes, this is bullshit. There is going to be a lot of swearing in this video, just so I can get the point across. You can watch the whole press conference on YouTube, just so you know. The WrestleMania kickoff is completely free on YouTube. You can watch the whole thing, and they have the whole segment with these 4 as a separate entity. It's all edited. But anyway, Cody comes out. He picks Roman Reigns. Roman tells him, go be with Seth Rollins, loser bracket, the dummy in green. You're ruining a moment. He says you're embarrassing your father, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Cody says, okay, you keep talking about my dad, keep bringing up my family, let me bring up your family. If your ancestors were here, if the High Chief Peter Maivia was here, they'd be ashamed of you, talking to Roman. The Rock comes up, says, you don't get to talk like that. You talk about his family, you're talking about my family. You're talking about his ancestors, you're talking about my ancestors, you're talking about his blood, you're talking about my blood. Now we have a problem. All goes quiet. He slaps Cody Rhodes. Seth Rollins runs all the way up to The Rock. I don't think he was supposed to make it that far to defend him. All hell breaks loose. Security, Triple H, Adam Pearce, Nick Aldis try to separate everybody. They're effing and jeffing. They're swearing at each other. Seth says you don't get to do whatever you want. The Rock says we do get to do whatever the F we want because The Rock's he's on the board of directors now for TKO, WWE, and all that. Seth and Cody are taken away. Rock and Roman are left. We go to the back. Jackie Redmond's trying to interview Paul, Triple H, Levesque. The Rock says it's BS. I'll stop the swearing. He says, have him talk SH, you know what, about our family again. Triple H says, you know you were out of line. Rock says, no, I wasn't. Have him talk Sugar Honey Iced Tea about our family again. And they're like glaring at each other. Roman Reigns says, you're lucky you're here. And Triple H says, so are you. So on and so forth. Get to SmackDown. Triple H confirms that the main event for WrestleMania Night 2 is The Rock versus The Rock. Told you guys I have a bad brain. It's Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes for the Universal Championship, round 2. Cody's got to finish the story. And Triple H says it doesn't matter if you like it or not. If you don't know, that's a The Rock quote, or saying, I should say. Get to Monday Night Raw. Cody tells The Rock, you hit me, which means I'm going to hit you back. He says he's going to beat Roman. Seth comes out, says Cody has to beat Roman because this has got to stop. It's got to end because if he doesn't, there's a dark cloud over WWE after Mania. And then Seth says he will be Cody's shield. It's really good stuff. And now it looks like WrestleMania Night 1's probably going to close with with Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes versus The Rock and Roman Reigns. How the hell have we gotten here? That's me just kind of running you through it. If you want my opinion, I love every fucking second of this. I said I'd slow down the swearing, but I had to say that. Every second of it. It has been amazing. Putting Seth with Cody is awesome. Seth deserves his flowers. And having Roman, Seth, and Cody all compete twice is something WWE has not done yet with the 2-night WrestleManias. And I don't think there's anybody better to do it with than those 3. The Rock isn't going to compete twice. But then you can have, Seth goes into night 2 and defends the title against probably Drew McIntyre, maybe Drew and Sammy. We don't know yet. We'll see what happens at the Chamber. But definitely Drew. Seth can be like, oh, I'm injured. I wrestled twice, and then I lost to a Scottish psychopath. Maybe Damian cashes in Money in the Bank, too. I have no clue what WWE is doing with the World's title. And then you go into night 2, and Roman and Cody, who were both in that first match, also main event night 2, but this time one-on-one. Cody has to beat Roman clean. He does. And, he finishes his story. I don't know what the rest of the Bloodline does. Well, I do know hopefully Jimmy and Jay get their one-on-one match. I know they're going to want to do that. But, yeah, it's been a crazy couple of days here in pro wrestling. But just to kind of, I walked you through it to the best of my ability. Again, go watch the press conference for yourself, or at least watch the final, it's like 16, 17 minutes of it where those 4 interact. When The Rock slaps Cody, now that you rewatch it, you know it's coming. But when I was watching it, I had no clue. And you can tell by other people they didn't know The Rock was going to slap Cody Rhodes, and he slaps him. Again, I love it. I love that I don't really know what's going to happen. I hope we get that tag team match. Cody has got to finish the story. I collapsed to my knees when Roman beat Cody last year, so we want Cody. I'll be a Cody crybaby all you want, Dwayne. I'm excited for the road to WrestleMania this year. I think all this is good for the company. All this is good for wrestling. And we as pro wrestling fans, we eat right now. We really are. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. That's my 2 cents. And, again, I just kind of want to walk you through what happened. I'm looking forward to whatever's going to happen. If the tag match doesn't happen, I'm sure Triple H and The Rock and others have something up their sleeve. They're not going to waste this, for sure. But there you have it. Just wanted to give you my little wrestling talk, and I'm looking forward to it. Look out for more wrestling videos. As these stories develop, I'll probably have more thoughts on it. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Comment down below what you think of what's going on in WWE right now on the way to WrestleMania 40, perhaps the biggest WrestleMania of all time. And until then, this is JT Channel. I am JT, and I'll see you next time.